Okay, let's go.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Hi guys, so had some stuff. I'm coming on to do my next video on the 4 sins that I had picked, and the second sin that I picked was pride, and looking at pride from how you can view it in a positive. Pride would be taking time for self-care, self-motivation, doing and things like witches black lent, meditation, other exercises to where you value yourself is a good form of pride. Doing basic things like cleaning your house, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth is a good, not to say that people who, you know what, I'm just going to wait on that comment. And pride in the fact that when you complete a task, something that you've really been working hard on, and sometimes we don't, you give yourself that pat on the back, because you worked hard and you accomplished something, and you stand back and go, you know what, I think I did a pretty good job. And of course, pride within your community, that sometimes though, I gotta say, I feel like with, in spite of my partial blindness, when it comes to trying to get these types of videos out, any type of video, or there's a lot of things that I can do, like ride a horse, roller skate, play pool, that considering my disability, I'm pretty damn good. Not the best, but I'm pretty damn good. A lot of crafting and things that I do, that type of thing. So now, how can pride be a negative? Pride can be a negative when you're too focused on what other people think about you and what other people say about you. That can be a bad form of pride. You shouldn't, what people's opinions, the opinion that people have of you is not your problem, it's theirs. Especially since we're in a very judgmental society, and we're always kind of putting the finger at others and putting others down in order to feel better about ourselves. Pride can be not asking for help when you need it. In some cases, you feel like, oh, if I ask for help, I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be told I'm lazy, or I'm a sloth, or people are going to make assumptions about me, or people do give you help, but they make assumptions about you. I see a lot of these charitable organizations involved with the church. But a lot of times, though, when you need help, then you basically have to sit through a sermon or, discuss things before you get any help. I had to go to a food pantry one time, and I had to sit through a 20-minute sermon just so that I could get some food for my kids. Or I went to another place when I first moved to the town where I'm currently living in, and I was asked all sorts of questions, and one of the things was, what church do I go to? And then I found out some things about that particular organization that I just didn't really like. But, you know, so taking, so asking for help or accepting help when it's offered to you is some other bad examples of how pride can be a bad thing. Um, you don't admit when you're wrong, especially when it's, publicly. You'll publicly bash someone or publicly say things, but then you want to apologize behind the scenes, um, because you look bad. You look bad for what you said, and then you look bad for admitting that you're wrong when, you should admit that you're wrong. Um, um, when you make a mistake, you don't own up to it, and you do things that are, you complain about somebody doing something, and then you do it to somebody else and justify your actions because you're too full of pride to admit, to A, not do it in the first place, and B, not own up to what you did. Always, well, um, Cece put all my information out on the internet, and then I go and I'm bashing JJ, and I do the same thing to JJ that I complained about Cece doing, because I'm too full of pride. Um, when you don't own up to your form of hypocrisy, so to speak. Another form of pride is, if you saw in the video, where it is a bad thing is when there's one thing to have self-confidence, but because of pride, you're too arrogant and you're too self-confident, and that can be where people just can't deal with that. um or you end up, as you saw in the other video, it ends up backfiring on you, or people that are so prideful that when you show them that they're wrong about something, or show that they won't admit to it, and then they criticize you for bringing up the fact that when you critique them and show them where they were wrong, and then they're too prideful and they just get angry at you for showing the fact that you're showing them a better way, you're showing them that they're wrong. So, well, that's my little ramble. So, peace, love, and light, guys.